Welcome to Before Floor, the pregame edition of Five on the Floor, brought to you by the Five Reasons Sports Network. I'm your host, Jonathan, aka Three Piece Combo. We're joined by Mr. Tim May himself, and of course, Alejandro Villegas running us behind the runs and twos. Now, as always, if you're joining us new and you're a Heat fan, make sure you guys like the video, make sure you guys subscribe, so that way you get all the Miami sports content. And also, we got MMA here as well. So make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys like, and as well as you guys, make sure you guys go to markbrownpa.com. He's going to take care of you. If anything happens, you're going to make sure all your financial assets are taken care of. Visit his website. You see it on the screen, markbrownpa.com, or give him a call, 954-866-8513. If you're young, like I said, with the family, you want to make sure the assets go to the right place. He'll give you a free consultation based out of the North Lauderdale area and services all of South Florida. So he'll take care of you right there. Now, as always, you want to go to prizepicks.com. You want to guys maximize your money. So go to prizepicks.com, use that promo code 5, and we'll double your initial deposit up to $100. That's literally 20 free plays. So make sure you guys go and maximize your money if you are going to use daily fantasy. So like I said, prizepicks.com, use that promo code 5, and you'll be good to go. Timmy, we're playing the 76ers today.
For the first time in the season, that has to be a record.
Yeah, so it's pretty late in the season.
At all, and it's basically 3/4 of the season.
Yeah, that's a very surprising stat because I was actually looking at that. I was like, man, it feels like, it's been a while since we played Philadelphia because
since the playoffs. Since the playoffs.
So this is one of those times where you definitely want to make sure this is a game you mark on your calendar, especially going into the next year. But it's a little bit deep in the calendar compared to what we normally see. So let's talk about Philadelphia a little bit, right? Obviously, Joel Embiid is, top 3 player in the league this season. Probably him, Jokic, and Giannis are probably the best, statistically, speaking, best players in the league. But tonight, they're obviously Miami always kind of steps up against Philadelphia, right? So before we get into, the game tonight, what have you seen from the Philadelphia 76ers this season? Kind of where are their strengths, where are their weaknesses at?
Hey, Embiid is him. If there wasn't such thing as a Jokic, he has been like a 3-time MVP right now. He casually had like 37 points or 37 points in the All-Star game. Embiid is a lot to handle, but the Heat somehow always make him play horribly. So I'm not really afraid of Embiid tonight. My fear is everybody else. Tucker has not played at all well this year, but I income a Tucker revenge game. Like it just we're due for it, Like I could see Tucker putting like 3 corner threes in this team. Like, he knows this team inside out. He's been here for a year, but he's a very smart player on both sides of the ball, so he'll have some advantage to tell his team and the Heat to run some things. And we are the Heat in a slump right now, 4 game losing streak. New players, old players, and new roles. So, but that guard play, you have D'Anthony Melton, who's a great point of attack defender. You have Maxey, who is probably one of the 3 quickest players in the league. Tobias is now hitting clutch 3-pointers. Like, it's not talked about enough, but I actually still do like that team. And we haven't discussed Harden. Like Harden still is that guy when he wants to be. So it's a pretty good team. All that smack we talked to the Sixers fans in the summer was not warranted right now because the Heat are flailing to even make it above the play-in.
Yeah, no. So like that's what you said. Excellent point. James Harden has kind of been playing. He's that guy still. Like he still has the potential to put up numbers any given game, just due to the nature of his play style, the free throws, and the high volume amount of 3-point shots that he takes. But let's get into tonight's prize picks. So, do you want to go with Miami or do you want to go with Philadelphia as far as players you're looking from?
Let's go with Philly. I feel pretty good with these Philly picks.
Cool. So let me pull them up real quick. So we got D'Anthony Melton, James Harden, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey. Which one of the players you want to look at props?
So Tobias Harris, I always my friend, he's a Sixers fan, and he always makes this joke. If you need 30 points, you will get 17 from Tobias Harris. If you need 17, you get 17. You get 17. Like he's a solid player. He's one of those guys who will. He could go off for 50 one night, but he could get you 5 the next night. But as of late, he'll get you. He's, I don't know how he gets it, but he gets you double digit points. So if it's only 15, I'm taking it over. It might be a horrible efficiency, but you will get 50 from the Tobias Harris.
Actually, looking at the last couple of games, just the last 3 games, 19 points. Well, since the All-Star break, both of his games he's gone over. He's had 20 points and he's had 19 points. So that was
Yeah, I feel that's a comfortable over. Like getting up shots is an issue for him. It's just usually the efficiency and the timing. But he can put the ball in the hoop for sure.
They also have point 0.5 free throw made for Tobias Harris. I think,
0.5. I mean, I think Duncan Robinson is playing, which means that's 3 fouls right there.
yep.
No, I
So
could, I could get zero point 0.5 free throws made. I'll go to over on that for sure.
yeah, definitely. Now I'm gonna take some look at some Miami props to close this out here. Let me see. And make sure you guys use that promo code 5, right? Double your initial deposit up to $100. Let's see. So they have Bam at 18.5. That's interesting.
I mean, we know he struggles against bigger centers, which is the Embiids, the Jokic's, the Cats of the world.
They also have a Tyler Hero 2.5 3-point shots made. I like that number over for sure. Tyler tends to go over
Yeah.
for those 3-point shots. So I think that would probably be my 3 little parlay pick there.
What do they have for Melton?
Let's see what was for Melton. I gotta pull that up.
Melton. They employ both. They employ Milton and Melton. MEL. Both of those players play for the Sixers. MELTON.
Yeah, D'Anthony Melton. They have him at 7.5 points, 1.5 3-point shots made, and 2.5 rebounds.
Yeah, I would go over. He's my favorite. I actually would. That's a guy I would actually want on the Heat bench. I really like D'Anthony Melton.
Nice. So we got a couple of good picks there for you guys. Make sure you guys, like I said, use that promo code 5, double your initial deposit. So I'll start us off with predictions for tonight. I do think this is a tough game for Miami to get the win, right? Where you have, obviously Miami's boosted that front court with adding Zeller and adding Kevin Love. But even with those first couple of games, we see where the defensive holes in Kevin Love's game is, right? There's been times where he's just been blown by, where other guys are able to get around him. So, looking with if he gets the switch from Bam Adebayo to Kevin Love, that might be hard. As well as we know that he's a free throw merchant as well. So Bam Adebayo last game out had 5 fouls in that fourth quarter. This might be another game that's going to be tough for him to stay out of foul trouble. I think Philadelphia takes it, as much as I hate to say that. I just do think that they're in a better groove right now, right? Miami's just lost a couple in a row. Jimmy Butler looks almost disinterested in the postgame and just tired of this team almost. It just seems like he wants something to break right, but the 3-point shooting hasn't been there. And then today's league, when the 3-point shooting is not there, it's going to be very, very hard for you.
Very tough. Very tough.
Timmy, what you feeling about this one, my man?
Yeah, I I was now fresh off of interview with Taylor Rooks talking about the DPOY. Whenever ESPN talks about us, we get more eyes. So he's gonna talk about being defensive player of the year, and then gonna get cooked by Embiid. But no, he won't get cooked by Embiid. But what hurts his team is that he defends so well on the perimeter. We get eat up inside because when he switches out, and that's really what Love is here for. But no, I do think a close loss tonight. I'm actually envisioning a Kyle Lowry return on Wednesday, giving a boost to this team. Because Spo doesn't lose
boost
twice.
to the weight, like the amount of weight this team has.
Yes, and then base. But no, Spo doesn't lose back to back to the same team. It doesn't happen. Spo doesn't lose twice to the same team in the same week. So a loss tonight means a win on Wednesday. And
yeah.
Alejandro has some things to you guys. So my prediction is he will lose tonight in the close game. I still will be watching. And shout out to the team. I think they'll be doing playback on the feeds, but let's go Heat.
Let's go Heat. I know it's going to be a tough one. I mean, I would love to see Miami pull it out. It's kind of, we need a win. This team badly needs a win. We're in the play-in right now. We're behind the Knicks.
And the Hawks just hired Snyder, who's going to take the sidelines tomorrow. We're going to get a re-energized team. So we have to make a run.
We have to make that run now. So it's,
the Raptors are like a 5-game win streak with Portal now. Yeah, it's no longer it's every game matters. Every single game matters.
And at this point in the season, something needs to turn around for this team. It's just, there's not going to be any major changes coming past the additions that we've already gotten. Like I said, Kevin Love and Zeller. But just looking at the standings now, we're just 1 game ahead of Atlanta and just 3.5 games ahead of the 10-seeded Wizards, right? So not the best spot to be in right now. Not the spot you'd expect the team to be in, or maybe some people did, but it's it's tough right now. So, as always, make sure you guys make sure you guys subscribe. We're gonna be here for the whole ride, whether we're winning championships or whether we're a lottery team. That's we're true Miami Heat fans. So make sure you guys like the video, make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys stay because we got a couple of player interviews afterwards that Alejandro will take away with.
Anything specific that you noticed about the way you guys came out?
We just we're not getting no stops, man. We're not getting no stops. Shots not going in, and then it's all downhill from there.
Because it's a loss, do you find any solace in the fact that you're able to push back when you're down 22 and make it a game, even though you can't get over the hump and get the W?
We lost. I don't care if we was down 30 or we lose by 30 or lose by 1. We lost, and I don't think anybody in here wants to lose, but we got to figure this out very, very quickly.
I know it's only been 2 games, but how have you kind of seen Kevin Love fit into the starting lineup? What does he bring to that group?
Rebounding. He shoots the ball well. He's a great playmaker as well, and he's a basketball player. He's comfortable in whatever position you put him in, whether it be on the block, in the corner, at the top of the key, in the pick and roll. We're only going to get better with him out there on the floor as we get used to playing with him and he gets used to playing with us.
We take it game by game, but looking at big picture, are you surprised of where you guys are at right now? Just look at the standings, this defense of the year.
No, I'm not.
Tough, but we set ourselves up. We put ourselves in that position, with the first quarter, and from there we had to pick up our intensity, pick up, our disruptiveness on both ends. Just puts itself in a hole, and it's tough to get out of, especially in this league with a bunch of good teams and a bunch of good players. So, that's on us as players to bring, our best efforts, every night. And sometimes it doesn't go your way, but we got to bring our energy for, most parts of every game.
Is that it, literally at the beginning of the game? Anything else that you noticed that particularly stifled the offense in that first quarter?
Yeah, besides getting off to a slow shooting start, I thought we were getting good looks, for the most part. We were working the ball, and then shots started to fall, and that's how we got back into it. But I thought it started on the defensive end, and, from there our offense started to roll. And this team wins games defensively. And that's our MO. We just got to continue to stick to that, and it's a big game coming up next. We can turn this thing around in Philly.
I know it comes at a loss, but on the second night of back-to-backs over the last 6, you've averaged over 30, 33 tonight. Is there anything specific that triggers in you on those nights?
Not really. Mentally, just it's a different approach. Coming into a second night of a back-to-back, I take those. Really personally, and try to motivate myself a little bit more on second nights of back-to-back just because of, they're never easy.
Are these 2 losses especially disappointing because you guys were able to reset during the break? You add Caleb and Zeller. Is there some excitement around the team? Does it make it a little bit more disappointing?
Yes. It's disappointing, but it's no time for us to put our heads down and feel sorry for ourselves. This is a point in the year where we can either come together or we can go away and split, and I think that's, a big thing is this next game. I feel like going into a hostile environment against a really good team, we're going to need one another to win that game, and I think in that atmosphere we should be able to really lean on each other. So.
You guys have been through a lot.
When we've been our best this season, we've set the tone immediately with our disposition, activity, particularly on the defensive end, and that's what we'll need tonight against a team that's, obviously playing really well.
Really well in the sense that they do it on both ends of the floor. I think they're just one of 3 teams remaining that are top 10 efficiency on both ends. Your anticipation on top of the way they lost against Boston of how they're going to come out against you?
Yeah, obviously they'll be motivated, from that, and they have a very good record. They're battling for playoff positioning as well. You can expect things to be easy. Our guys are competitors. They know what to expect walking into this building, and you never feel more alive, you know, than in an environment like this with an opportunity to get a great road win.
With Kyle, was it at least encouraging that he was upgraded to questionable for a few hours and he was able to come to
I
Philly
didn't
with
need that. I didn't even see, you know, that he got upgraded. That's more training staff and league related, just to cover yourself. I'm more encouraged just by the work he's been able to do the last 10 days. He's definitely making progress. I don't have a timetable for his return, but he's certainly doing a lot more.
How crucial is it with guys like Vic, Duncan, Caleb coming off the bench and getting key points there? How important is that for you guys to make sure you guys don't have a fall off when Bam, Jimmy, Tyler are off the court?
Yeah, everything works together, right? There has to be a synergy and a commitment for the full 48, if not more. So we have to get off to a good start where our starters set the tone for the game, and our second unit, we want them to come in and inspire, the entire team, with their energy and activity. And they've been very good, recently. So we got to play a complete game.
Now that Caleb is playing off the bench, how valuable is his versatility just in that role where he can kind of plug him into different lineups?
It is important because he does play in both lineups, and that's not an easy thing to do, to be a starter, the whole time. And then, hey, we wanted to change things up, and he can do that seamlessly. That is a talent, one way or another. Whichever lineup he plays in, his versatility is vital, to our team. We feed off his energy defensively, for sure. He inspires guys. But offensively, he knows how to fit in, either with his cutting and three-point spacing with the first unit, or sometimes a little bit more running and attacking with that second unit.